We just want to lift you up this morning and proclaim those truths.
Happy 4th. I'm here at Cornerstone SF with Odalis, who has kindly agreed to answer a few questions for us on our 2021 church search. So, Odalis, first of all, can you tell us what your position is here at the church?
Yes.
What do you do?
Hi. Hopefully we'll see you guys in person sometime. I am a part of the pastoral staff and I help to lead the worship team. So pretty much whatever the scope of pastoral staff is, we all participate in it together. Events, phone calls, prayer times, leading communion, things like that. And then I've been a part of leading the worship team for almost 10 years. So I've been here quite a while.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, 10 years. It's a long time.
It is a long time, yeah. I started coming to the church halfway through high school. Really got implanted into the church when I was 18 or 19.
And Odalis, as someone looking for a new church, can you tell me what you love about Cornerstone?
Yeah, happy to. For me, the music was the thing that drove me to the church and really locked me in. I came from a church before that wasn't super healthy, and so one of the things that came when I came here was I just felt so encouraged listening to the message. I stayed for the music, but the message is what really drew me in after that. Connecting with it, I come from sort of a theater background as well, and so I connected with the creativity of our church. We have really strong biblical views as well, and in hindsight now that I'm almost 30, I have seen how that has really created a foundation in my life, no matter what I face. So yeah, in a nutshell, creativity, especially the music, the encouraging and strengthening messages that we share, and strong biblical views.
Okay, thank you for sharing. I'm just going to ask a few pointed questions, if that's okay.
Totally fine.
For points of fact for our audience. So how big is the church, and how many small groups do you have?
Great questions. Coming out of COVID, we're still figuring that out. A lot of people are staying online, and the same can be said of our small groups. Right now, our online service is honestly global, which is a little crazy, not hugely global, but we have some families, say in Germany, who tune in every week, and different states for people who have moved away. So our online community is quite large, though we don't know what that number is. Our in-person community is running about 200 people for now and continues to grow and change as more people are coming to church. And our small groups are varied. We have some groups that have been meeting for 10 years and other groups that have just been meeting for a semester. We have between 30 and 40 groups at any given time. Although right now, for example, the women's ministry is doing dedicated women's groups. So it varies as well depending on the seasons.
Great. Okay, so can you also tell me what recent sermon series has impacted you, and how Sunday services typically roll out?
Sure. Yeah, so our sermon series, we've had 2 this year that have been standouts for me. We opened with a series called Breakthrough, which is our theme as a church, where by faith, asking for the Lord, believing for breakthrough in areas of our lives, whether it's healing or sin or transformation or just the Lord fulfilling his promises. Whatever the areas of breakthrough are that we're looking for in our lives, that's our theme. So we had that message series, which was just such a strengthening start to the year after last year. I'm sure you guys have experienced that too. And then right now we're in a series called Surrender. And I know for me, I like to hold on and have control and know what's going on. And so it's been a really strengthening exercise for me to learn to let go. Our Sunday services run about an hour long, usually a little less right now. We start with worship, a couple of songs. We have our message. We close with a song, a special song that's tied into the message, and then Pastor Terry prays a blessing over the community. At the end of our in-person services, if folks need to leave, they head out. We have coffee time. They hang out as well, but we also have an additional short time of communion together to just remember the Lord, remember Christ on the cross and through the empty tomb, and celebrate that together.
Great. And do you have any advice for anyone looking for a new church? Any things that you would be looking for?
Oh, I have so much advice, and we can have a whole other day we talk. But the number one thing I would say is be careful with your first impressions. If you have a great first impression, awesome. But if it's not exactly what you expect, give it a little bit of time. I know that for me, I'm quick to come to my conclusions, right? My thing with control is a theme in my life. But if I always go by that first assumption and it's not a great one, I've actually missed out on some things in the past. It's happened actually with different groups and ministry expressions here where if I don't have a good first experience, I sort of close myself off. And I've found over time that being open and trying again and giving it time is really helpful. And so in your church search, I would encourage you to do that. Give it a couple of weeks, give it a month if you have the time, to really just have different conversations and give it multiple tries. You've always got different people who are there every week. And so yeah, the patience with the process really is something I've learned here, and I would encourage you with as well.
Dallas, thank you so much for
It's my
those
pleasure.
words of wisdom. Well, one last question,
Yes.
it's a quick one. What is your favorite worship song?
Okay, you asked me before and I thought I have no idea. Right now, I'll say one of my favorites is Graves into Gardens by Elevation. We're actually doing it next week, and as part of the worship team, I get to choose. But it's just a powerful song to remind us of the power of Christ. The same God who did all of that in the Bible that we read is the same God now, and it's real. It's not just a story. It's not just a thing that happened in the past. He's the same. And so I love this just declaring his transformative power in our body. So that's my favorite one for now. It'll
Amen.
change next time you ask me.
It's great. Well, Dallas, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for coming and for listening, and we hope to meet you guys soon. If you come on by, don't forget to say hi. We're always wearing these lanyards, so track us down.
That's really great. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
So this is Cornerstone SF, and hope to see you here.